Glad to see y'all today. Melinda Dobson, how you doing? Bear with us on this. We are still working on the yeah, you made it first on the microphones, and I don't have my technical advisor helping me out today, so this is going to be all me today. So we will definitely. Hey, Des, good to see you. But I decided. Technical advisor helping me out today, so I decided the reverb is bad, huh? On my mic. Well, I don't know why there's a bad echo. Is it still echoing now? How about now? Is that better? I think I know what it is. I need to turn that down. Hey, Treasure Hunter, how you doing? Is that any better, Des? Anyway, sounds great now, she says. Okay. That's what I have to do. I have to turn that down. Anyway, I decided, I called a friend of mine up and asked him if he wanted to do a live with me today, and he jumped all over it. Neil's doing better? Okay. Anyway, I want to introduce you to Mike Hall. Some of you have seen him on the live chats with Hood's Custom Shop, and probably has seen him on Grumpy Grandpa Patriot Show, and also some of mine. And there he is. And we just turned his microphone on. So
hello, everybody. Hello.
Anyway, how does that sound now? Hey, Brian, how you doing? Mike is also a driver, and I just wanted to possibly do a little interview with him and get some information on maybe. Yeah, there you go. He loves trucks. And echo on mine. All right. I'm going to have to do something about that. So anyway, Mike, how long have you actually been driving truck?
I got my first CDL in 1998. I've been all over the place, but I started driving school bus back in 98, and learned a lot of things right off the bat, but I brought a lot of common sense in with me. It's really, driving commercially is not a job for the faint of heart. But I really enjoy it. I enjoyed the kids. They really inspired me to show up to work every day and just do my job to the best of my ability, despite the weather and anything like that. So did that the first year. I ended up driving all year, and then almost beginning of summer, the beginning of fall area, we did the same thing as the truck rodeo, but it's for buses, for school buses only. And got rookie of the year in first place, and so had fun doing that. If you can think of it, I did it with the school bus. So I did quite a bit. Did that for 2 years.
And he also, Mike also does the truck driving championships. He's been doing it, I believe, for the last couple of years. And I think he got second place in the class this year. Is that right, Mike?
Yeah, I got second place.
Yeah. Marty now's in here. Good to see you, Marty. If the echo is bad, I'm sorry. It's a work in progress. Like I said before, I didn't have my technical advisor on today. So, what class did you participate in the truck drive? I can't remember what it was.
What did I do?
Was it three axle or four axle?
Four axle.
Yeah, it was four axle. I did tanker.
The other guy dropped out.
Yeah.
Got disqualified.
So it was a good time. But yeah. Linda, Gary's in here from Florida. Miss Linda's in here. Des is in here. Treasure Hunter, Melinda Dobson. So what type of trucks besides what we do, have you driven over the road?
Yeah, well, the second summer after school bus was over, I asked them if I could upgrade my license, if they would help me
get air brakes so that I could do other school buses. I was kind of restricted on what I could do.
And they denied me. They said no. I was like, all right. So I went ahead, and there was a truck driving school down there in Wichita. It was owned by the Board of Education, and it was fairly inexpensive, about $1,000. I think they're almost $10,000 now if you want to go to school. So, you're really investing a lot of money into something that you're gonna have to make a career out of. So, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, school. So I went to the truck driving school, and man, they had some scrappers out there. These trucks were they were very pathetic. But they had some cool older trucks. One of them was like Smokey and the Bandit truck, right? That old Kenworth. All these trucks were white. They were painted all white, but it was the same year, same model, everything. And so they were, the first day we got to go out and get in and drive these trucks. They said, all right, who wants to beat? And I had my hand up. And so I was the first one in that Kenworth. And man, just nostalgia, it was badass. They had some other trucks. They showed a video of one of the trainers on their like a half-mile loop or something like that. Maybe it was a mile, I don't remember. And he was going so fast around the corner, he had that trailer up on one side. So he didn't roll it. He slammed on the brakes and hit the ground again. But it was definitely a fun school. You get to drive these old beaters, and I think that's the way it should be. Is
people learning to drive need to drive these old POSs just like when we was kids.
We had to buy our own cars, and they were usually, something you had to work on daily, if not hourly, just to keep going down the road. And I think that's the best way to learn your vehicle is to get the junk and drive it, and then you can move up to the better stuff where you don't have to work so hard on it.
Right. And working where we work, there was some junk there also, wasn't there?
Yeah.
The old 9-speeds.
Oh yeah.
And air. I remember one truck had air assist steering, and stuff like that, and it was junk.
Them old Aero start where you had to have air in the tank to fire off the engine.
Right.
So instead of electric starter, it was an air starter.
Yeah. How's it sound now, everybody? I keep messing around with it. Let me know. I have the chat up on here too, so yeah. But so how many years do you think you've had behind the wheel?
Well, once I started driving school bus, I never stopped. Never stopped driving. So I've got, what is that, 98 to, that's 25 years. Gosh dang. That's more than half my life right there.
Right.
So I'm not quite 50 yet. Getting pretty close.
Yeah, we won't say.
Yeah, my other friend just turned double nickel the other day. So
right.
But yeah, it's I love it. From the schools, all the different you go to driver's ed in high school, right? And then my friend and I in Arizona, when I lived there, we decided to go to this motorcycle training class. So I had that class. Driver's ed. I had the school bus driving class. Had the truck driving class. Then, of course, as kids, nobody's perfect. I got a speeding ticket, right? Ooh. So I went to Sears driving school. I paid for it. I had a job. I paid for it. And it was a 8-hour defensive driving course. Okay? No big deal. They showed you videos, Smith system, all that good stuff. Really good course. But, for, I think it was like $78 or something like that. It was a necessity. Then I got a letter from the court saying that I needed to go talk to him, right?
Right.
Mom brought it into me. She said, "You care to explain this?" I said, "No," and I snatched it out of her hand and I shut the door. She walked to my bedroom right behind me.
She said, "You better explain it before your father finds out."
Right.
So I told her what was going on. She said, "Well, why didn't you come to us?"
Wow.
Because you told me to come to you only if I could handle it.
Wow.
So yeah, I took care of it, and but that was my only real ticket. I got an overweight ticket. I don't know, about 13, 14 years ago.
Right.
But that was a sugar load count. It is what it is.
Right. Well, I know Mike does the final delivery on shipments that we bring into the city, and he deals with a lot of customers, a lot of people, and deals with dispatchers quite regularly every day, and deals with picking up the freight, not only delivering freight but picking up shipments from customers and then bringing it back to the terminal to where it gets unloaded off of those trailers onto destination trailers to go west, east, north, or south. And so he deals with a lot of customers. I've done it in the past for a couple of years, and it's a pretty stressful situation dealing with some shippers and receivers as far as damaged freight and stuff like that. So it's especially with the time crunches, Let's see here. JKS is in here. Melinda Dobson. JKS. Treasure Hunter, how you doing? Yeah. We got a big old 44 ouncer.
called a bladder buster.
Yeah, it's a bladder buster, all right. But yeah, we'll have to. I've got to get Mark in here, Grumpy Grandpa, again, and help me with the setup on this thing. Because if it's echoing, I apologize. If it's echoing really bad, I really apologize. But I don't have the monitor on, so.
Well, it's echoing because the studio's so big. It's like a 300 studio. Hey,
yeah, there we go. So.
I think there's some Minnesota people that are out of town.
Yeah. Now we can hear it. So yeah, it's a good time. But anyway, let's see here. We were going to try something, and you might have to put your headset on to hear it, just in case we do. We've only been on here for 16 minutes, so we'll wait a few minutes. Deborah, Spiker, how you doing? 8 inches of snow up in Iowa. Wow. That's pretty wild. So, well, they could be, but Marty, they are directional. So the flat side on one side is where it gets the noise from. And the direction on the other one is facing him. And sounds like you have an amplifier. Or amphitheater. Yeah, that's probably true.
I mean, this place seats 400 people.
Yeah, you know. It's getting hot in here, too. A lot of hot air flowing.
Wow.
So
we haven't even started.
I'll have to listen to it at the end of the live, and we'll go from there. Like I said, there's a lot of technology involved, you know. So let's see here. Deborah, 8 inches. Yeah, we got about 2 inches this morning, I believe. I got up about 6 o'clock, 6:30 this morning, and I looked out, and everything was white. And we got more. So, let's see here. Anyway, what's everybody been up to? Anything good? Let me ask you this, Mike. What is the most unusual piece of freight that you have either picked up or delivered?
Oh, that's a good one. Actually, I do have one pretty good. So, over on the Grumpy Grandpa Patriot show, it's always like here lately he's been doing the Spook Fest shows. And so I should have thrown this one in when I was on the phone there. But I was making a delivery, and you always want to look at your bills before you leave in case you got to call a customer ahead of time or something like that. But it was a really long pallet, probably 8 or 9 feet long, with corrugated cardboard boxes. So all of that went to one place, and it was a crematorium. So by federal law, you can't cremate a body unless it's in a box. So that was the weirdest. I don't know, kind of creepy. I got to make a lot of jokes with the guy because it was pretty cool. But it was that was, I think, the best one that I need to turn my mic back on.
There we go. But yeah, that's I don't know what the strangest piece of equipment has been that I have picked up or delivered. I know one of my previous employers was right next door to a casket company that would deliver caskets, you know. And I think we have actually picked up and delivered cardboard caskets also. Let's see here. what's the worst thing for a driver on a daily basis? Well, I think,
Cell phones.
yeah, cell phones and dealing with other drivers, either trucks or cars.
Now, every driver out there knows this to be fact. That when you are at your terminal,
doesn't matter what company you work for, but once you get out that gate, it's like you're soaring. You know, all the stress is gone. You're in total control of everything. So it's all about you, and it's how you control that vehicle, where you're going, when you're going to get there. But you're not being told what to do. So once you get out that gate, all the pressure's gone. It's all like you're on clouds again.
Right. Let's see here. Let me look at something here. Yeah. Okay. We're good. There. Let's see here. What's that TV show called Shipping Wars? Yeah, I've watched that. I've watched that quite a bit.
Hey there, Marion.
Yeah. But yeah,
I like to watch those ice road truckers.
Man, that's gotta be some of the best stuff, you know. The recoveries out there, and just the drama.
Right.
You know, they gotta do that for the show, but I don't think it's so all that dramatic, but it's still kind of fun to watch what they go through, and their pressures out on the road. I mean, they don't have the issues on cell phone.
Right.
They gotta deal with that time-sensitive ice melt.
Oh yeah. The thing that you deal with city traffic, I have to deal with road traffic, and we talk on the phone, you know, quite a bit. During the day, we'll call each other 2-3 times a day, and I'll be listening to him. He'll be driving, and you can hear him, you know, why didn't you use your turn signal? Nobody knows what that lever is on the left side of their steering column anymore, you know, it's just go. I think they ought to have it set up to where if they turn the wheel so far, you know, they ought to automatically have the right turn signal, or vice versa to the left, you know, because nobody knows. There's no driver's education anymore. And, you know, Marty in here, that he's been a driver for many years. He deals with it all day long, just like I do, just like you do. And I say we need to bring driver's education back into the school systems, and educate them on large trucks, and what can happen as far as not paying attention to the traffic around you. So let's give this a try real quick, everybody. If anybody wants to call in, and I'll just let you know if we get someone calling. Out of blinker fluid. Yes. Marty says they're out of blinker fluid. So here's a number if you want to call in. And I didn't test this part. I didn't test this before we jumped on here, so I think it'll work. So maybe Miss Linda can call the number, and we can give it a try here. But we can do a test run. We kind of had a little. Miss Linda and I went to the store, and she mentioned her left rear tire looked like it was getting low, and that's the tire that she cannot remove the valve stem cap. So we came home, and I took a pair of pliers. I couldn't break it loose, and then I put a little heat to it with a little torch, and I twisted, and it broke off. But it broke off on the outside part of the valve, so I had to get it up to there's a repair shop up here that's open on Sundays. They're open 7 days a week, in fact, and dropped it off. Told them to put a new valve stem in it, with the sensor, of course. So, what did I? Oh! Hang on here. I'll put that back up. There. So yeah, that's phone number if you want to call in, and we'll see if it works. Here we go. We got a call.
Nice.
Let's see here. Can everybody hear Miss Linda? Hang on a second here. There we go. Miss Linda, are you there? Hello? I can hear you. Hello? Are you there? Can you hear me? Oh, boy. Hello? Oh, boy. Okay. All right. Well, I'll have to... Yeah, I can hear you just fine. Okay. All right. All right. Hold on. I don't know. Man, I should have got a hold of Mark before I did this. So.
That's a good way to
Mic not working. Open mic settings. Just a minute, dear. All right. We hung up on her. So, anyway, I don't know what I did wrong today. So, evidently, we probably won't have any call-ins. Oh, I bet I know what it is. I know what it is. Desktop audio. Ever join you two? Yeah. Let's anybody out there, somebody else give it a try. I didn't have the desktop audio turned on, so that's probably why we couldn't hear Miss Linda.
JKS said
I pull
livestock trailers from the farm
and feel like I'm
in the Vietnam War.
You know, I bet with some of that stuff coming out of the trailers, I bet the drivers behind them feel that way too, you know? So, anyway. Let's try it again, Miss Linda, if you can hear me. I didn't have the desktop audio turned on, so that's probably why you couldn't hear me. Are you there?
Call from Miss Linda.
All right, how about now? Can everybody hear her? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Calling you.
I don't know what's going on. I gotta have Mark help me out on this next time, y'all. Sorry about that.
Why is that? Right there, down, and it's a little red speaker thing.
That I'm not sure what that is. I'll have to, like I said, that's desktop audio right there. Oh, you could hear her. Could you hear her, Melinda? Yes, you could. Okay. I'm not the most liked on the highway, JKS says. Yeah.
Yeah, I tend to back off when I'm following a cattle hauler, even if I'm in the big truck. Still got to back way off, so the splash
right. I heard a story years ago that there was a FedEx driver. There was a FedEx driver dropping his set out in Waukegan, Kansas, and he parked right next to a livestock hauler. He got out of the truck, and one of the cows' rear ends was at the opening and actually went out all over this FedEx driver. And yeah, it wasn't pretty. I think the dude actually had to take a shower and drive back almost in his skimmies, you know.
That's nasty.
But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. Gosh darn it. I know it was desktop audio is what that's why nobody could hear it earlier. Streamline. Yeah, it was a streamline. I don't remember if it was during the winter or summer, but yeah, it wasn't pretty. Marty says, yeah. But and you said you've driven. Just got notification. Well, I guess we can try it again, Jailbait, if you want to call in. I'll put the number back up there, and we'll see how it goes. And maybe there's something in there, and maybe Mark can call in and help me out here, or I can get him on here and go from there. So anyway, there it is. I know I can hear the caller, and you all can hear the caller, but the caller for some reason couldn't hear us, so I don't know. Okay. So I've got desktop audio on, guest microphone on, my mic is on, USB is all on. All right. So anyway.
So I got a question for Marty again out there. So how long have you been with Conway and all the different companies that they've been throughout the years? And then how long did you drive before that? What kind of driving did you do before you came over to LTL?
Yeah, leave a comment or call in, Marty. We'll try and get this thing figured out. Oh, okay. I see there, Jailbait. He's down in Fort Myers, Florida. We might try and pass through there on the motorcycle in May, Gary. And we'll for sure give you a heads up. But okay, Melinda. I wonder if I have to. I don't know. Man, I'll have to go to hold Mark and figure this out later on. Let's see here. 32 minutes in. And of course, we're doing just fine.
So Ken, what's the craziest thing? Freight, driving, whatever. What's the weirdest, craziest thing you've ever seen out on the road?
Oh my gosh, I don't know if I can talk about it.
Keep it clean.
I don't know if I can talk about it.
Alright, well just keep it to the freight.
Yeah.
What's the craziest freight or truck, whatever.
You see some pretty neat things going down the road from them hot shotters, you know, the pickups pulling the trailers and stuff. And Marty says 89 was his first year. Wow. You know, I've really the wind turbine blades. I was getting ready to get on the interstate 2-3 weeks ago, and they were coming off the interstate to go south there at Waukegan, Kansas, and I thought it was really neat watching the pilot car in the back. It just controls the steering on the rear axles, and that was kind of neat to see. You know, what's really amazing is some of the accidents you see on the road with large trucks. You know, a few years back going south, there was a truck. All you could see was the trailer in between the bridges with his rear end sticking up, and the truck was probably way down in the bottom. Thinking, how did he end up like that? You know, how did that all start? It's amazing. Yeah, but. Take that down off there. Those prison bans always catch your attention. JKS says. So, you know, you and I have talked. You've been to New York. Have you been to New York, New Jersey?
In New York, yeah, New Jersey. I've never been to Long Island. I was supposed to go, but the trailer had some issues, and they had to swing the freight, so they gave me a different load.
Right.
So I kind of lucked out because
it was all the tolls. I think it was over $100
one way to get to the island. And then, of course, you had to pay all those tolls to get back off the island. And that's all out of pocket, and then they expense it back to you. So, well, the company that I was working for back then. But I was like, I am not looking forward to this. You know, and now I do it daily. So it's, you know, not necessarily with the tolls, but, it's a daily thing in the city.
Right. Melinda Dobson says, when I was a teenager, was going down the main drag, and someone dressed in a gorilla suit driving a car, and it was not Halloween.
Was that the Phoenix Sun Gorilla?
Oh my gosh. And the thing is that reminds me of some neighbors we used to have, and they were on some pretty good stuff, I guess, because they would be out there mowing grass in a gorilla suit or an evening gown, you know. Yeah. So, and it was summertime. That house eventually burned down a couple years ago, and they had to sell the property and this and that. So, right.
What would you think about driving one of those windmill blades?
If it paid enough, I would.
How long is that
Yeah,
thing anyway?
it's
120 feet or something?
it's got to be pretty darn long.
So I worked for a company, and I drove from Kansas City, ended up in Dallas overnight, and then turn around and back. So we go down to Wichita, swap out trailers with freight, go down to Oak City, swap out, and end in Dallas. But we would we pull triples, or we pull double bands, which is 53 foot, 43 foot.
So two of those, and you're going down the highway, and so you're the biggest thing out there. So that was always a trip. I always loved it.
Right.
Wish you could do it more.
Yeah,
I tried to talk to some of our management, and we've had a couple of Colorado trailers that were set up for that, and they use them out there for Colorado doubles, which is a long trailer and then a short trailer behind it. But they won't.
It's just for the fun of it, you know. It's a little bit extra work.
Right. I think I've never pulled triples. Marty Hen says you could admit it was probably you. Well, I don't know. JKS says they're 116 feet long.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I said about 120.
Yeah. You know, if it paid enough, you know, what the heck, you know, but they're always doing under the speed limit, and it's, you know, that's what I mean. They need to be compensated for their time, plus the safety aspect of it, you know.
What about those Australian trains? Was that like 4 or 5 of those?
That would be awesome. Hey, there's Maddie, Backwoods Mindsets in here. Thanks for coming in. Just glad you got your drain done. Everybody's got to have good plumbing, right? But I've, you know, back in the day, we used to run St. Louis at night, and we used to run them big CB radios, and we'd be going down the road, and all of a sudden you could hear this gal talking on the radio, and then right after her, she'd say something, you know, the big trucks would be behind this gal, and they would be talking. But anyway, we're running 60, 65 miles an hour, and all of a sudden, here comes these long-nosed Peterbilts behind a car, and this gal's in an Impala, like one of them square body Impalas, you know.
Yeah.
And he is right on her tail, and she has nothing on. And they are hot on this gal's tail, and she was just just cruising on down the road. You know, they were wanting to, you know, they were wanting to catch her. You know, she was just having fun. You know, toying with everybody. So, yeah, that's pretty much. You know, the excitement that I used to have, besides hitting a deer or something like that. What's the strangest thing you've seen in truck stops when you were over the road, you know?
So I was team driving with another guy. And
we parked at this truck stop. We was going to go grab something to eat. And we ended up, we couldn't park up close. We had to go park out in the gravel. So we got out of the truck, we locked it up, and we started walking. Here comes this guy walking out of nowhere. And rather tall guy, like 6'2", 6'4", somewhere in there, had a tube of something in his one hand. And he said, hey, I'll let you stick it in for $20. And I was like, what?
No.
I picked up my pace rather quickly because I had longer legs than my partner, so he kept up pretty well too.
Oh my gosh, that is some freaky stuff.
Of course, believe it or not, it was Denver. A TA out there. I was camped out a bunch of times, and I'd have to go out early and then wait for the delivery time. So I just go to the truck stop, and all the time, constantly. Ladies were coming up to the window, getting up on the steps, hey, you got a cigarette? You know, and that was their intro to, you want some commercial company?
Right.
And I'm like, no, man, no thanks. So off the truck they got, you know, they'd start a little chit-chat, and then off they'd go somewhere else, some other truck. But, you know, I've never seen anything. I've seen guys dressed up as ladies in truck stops. That was, yeah.
Melinda Dobson says you really don't want to know what I've seen at truck stops.
You know, to each his own, really.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their own thing going. I'm not gonna stop them, but I just don't want them to interact with me.
Right. I remember one time coming back from St. Louis one day. Or one night, there's a curve that goes underneath the railroad trestle, and then you curve back to the right. And I come around that curve, and here was about 10 deer standing in the middle of the road. And all I did was hang on to the steering wheel and go right on through them. Of course, I hollered at the guy behind me on the CB, and I says, no, I actually got off the exit, went to the little truck stop called Line Haul, and then I seen one of my drivers go by, and I says, did you happen to see a bunch of deer laying on the road back there? He says, yeah. He says, I thought it was kind of funny because I saw 4 of them plastered on the interstate. You know, so.
And, you know, I've been really fortunate all the years I've been driving over the road. I don't know how many states I've been into. I know I drove in Canada too.
Right.
But I've been really fortunate. I've never had an animal strike.
Wow.
I had a bird broke on my windshield here in town.
Right. We've had drivers have turkeys fly into the windshield and go flopping around the cab of the truck.
Left it there as proof.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Kept it and drove it on into the yard. What was it? There was somebody that came back into the yard, and there was somebody jumped off and no pass on the trailer.
Oh yeah, that was one of the drivers leaving one morning. And
that was crazy. Somebody landed on top of the trailer and was going to have a free ride.
I think they were coming in, yeah. Because when they got in the yard, they heard something, and they looked up, and here was a hand hanging over the side of the trailer. Yeah.
Wow, that's freaky.
I remember that was like 3 or 4 years ago during our campaign.
Yeah.
So Marty says, no kidding. Yeah. Marty likes going into truck stops. The only thing he doesn't like is hanging around for ice cream. You know.
Oh man.
He's got to get home to the family. But let's see here. 45 minutes. We got about 15 minutes left, and I'm going to have to figure that out because I really wanted to have call-ins today. I know I can hear them, but they can't hear us back on the phone for some reason. So, I don't know.
You know, it's just one little quick setting.
Yeah, it's got to be something simple where Mark is like, well, you didn't have this hit. But maybe, man, I don't want to hit that button and mess everything up. See that right there?
Yeah.
Right there? I think that's what it is. Because I didn't hit studio mode. I think that's what it is. But I don't want to mess it up and then end the live. Because I would be like, oh man, I want to do it all over again. No, that's not it. No. Yeah. Nothing bad happened. Yeah. But anyway.
Where is Mark?
I don't know. He's probably taking an old man nap, you know? Or either that or choking down onion burgers. Yeah.
I was reading somewhere, my dad's got gout, so I was reading on like foods that cause gout. So like liver and just I don't know, beef or meat that our bodies use for filters is like a definite no.
Right.
And I like liver.
Oh yeah.
So I like liver and onions and chicken livers and gizzards or stuff like that. So,
Right.
If I ever get it, damn.
Right.
I don't know. So many foods that we can't eat,
Right.
as we get older.
Miss Linda. Miss Linda does not like liver, and I keep telling her I've got some liver out there in the shop freezer for the cattle, and told her, I said, I'm gonna fix some liver and onions. You go right ahead, mister. I'm not gonna have none. Hey, there he is, Mark. We've had problems with the call-in. Evidently, the caller couldn't hear us. So I should have got his ears were burning. He woke up from his old man nap is what it is. But yeah, let me do this here real quick, Mark. Maybe you can get in your studio for a second. Where's my phone? Miss Linda? See if you can find my phone in there. Or in my coat. Yeah, I thought I did. Oh, here it is, right here. But maybe Mark can see something that I am not seeing myself to do this. I'm going to send this to you, Mark. And maybe you can see something that I'm not seeing that I'm not doing right. So, I'm going to get rid of this thing because it's just too bright. We are still a work in progress, as you all know.
I'll have my studio up running here pretty soon.
Yes.
I've been working pretty hard. But I'm learning a lot from your failures. I'm not
Oh, yeah.
But,
I've learned a lot from other channels myself. And, just it's everyday life pretty much, and it's interesting, it's just, I don't know, it's a hobby, it's a vlog, a blog, whatever you want to call it, Thanks, Maddie, I appreciate it. May take a while to. Yeah, it's huge. I mean, he's got to walk in the back door and walk clear to the other end because he doesn't like to.
Stop and get me a bag of popcorn before you come into the studio. Oh, jeez.
But anyway.
Still have that guy with the golf cart drives you all the way in?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
It's like Johnny Carson.
I think he might be in here. I don't know. That thing just popped up again, so we'll see. I don't know. I just wanted to see if I had it all set up right, but I don't know. We could see here. There we go. Backwoods Mindset Treasure Hunter. Yeah, Mark's been a great big help on this whole deal here, and I'm having a really good time with it. See? He's taking control. I've got the phone number up over here on the right, Mark. Yeah, he's really... This is fun.
I mean, like,
yeah, I don't know what that is.
Up here, and then the mouse is still moving around like this computer's haunting or something.
Yeah.
But
have you ever had like
oh my gosh,
your phone or your computer just start wigging out out of nowhere?
Oh, there we go. The microphone. I bet that's what it is, Mark, because she couldn't hear us. NDI. He's really, monitor off. There you go. He's really looking stuff over now. Melinda Dobson. Yeah, Mark was your ear. Yeah, burning. Treasure Hunter.
Joe said he's got to go. He's going to go start his live.
Gary, have fun. Thanks for coming in. See the microphone, Mark? I think that needs to be something different. I don't know. She said she couldn't get... she couldn't hear us, but everybody could hear her. And we could hear her, but she couldn't hear us responding back when we did the call in. So, yeah.
Hey, Kim, what do you think you'd be doing if you weren't driving a truck?
Oh. Well, if I was back in my 20s and start over, I'd be a dancer. Just, Chippendales. No, if I wasn't driving. Oh my gosh. If I wasn't, before I started driving truck, I was working for a Chrysler dealer, so I'd probably be somewhere in the automotive industry, either a service writer, service advisor, and man, he's really changing things up.
I don't know. I don't hear any in my headset.
Yeah, I don't either. He's messing around with our audio.
That's all right.
Linda says a dancer. Well, honey, I like to dance, right?
Yeah, especially when you go over on
Right. So anyway,
it's getting deep in here, Melinda.
What would you be doing?
I mean, you have a ham. Mike has a ham radio license, so he helps out with the emergency services, don't you?
Yeah.
For the county.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emergency management stuff. Whenever there's, like, we've gone. There was a kid missing at the lake, so we went and set up, and the officers go out and do their search. Water Patrol do their search. 9 times out of 10, the kids just wandered off. Playing in a dirt pile like we did when we was kids, or the one that we actually did go set up at Smithville Lake, he was over at a friend's house.
Spending the night.
Right. Right.
So I guess grandparents failed to tell the parents that they went to go spend the night with somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why she couldn't hear us. You're pointing at my microphone. Is that correct?
Maybe that was off. That's why. Okay. Show us your moves, Marty says. JKS says, I think I threw up. Oh my God. Whoops, sorry about that. So when they call in, you guys are echoing. Yeah, I know, Mark. That's what they were saying earlier. And I don't know why. So we'll have to figure that out later. So it's pretty neat how he can do that from there, you know.
Yeah.
It's like my producer. And I've been turning off my mic over there on the mixer when Mike's been talking usually. But I saw Chippendales in the 80s. Woohoo! Deborah says. I don't know. If I was 25, 30 years younger, I could probably do it. You know, if I had a washboard stomach, you know, like I used to have. Wax your chest.
Oh, forget that. That's just utter pain.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're going to end the broadcast while we figure all this stuff out. And I appreciate everybody coming in. It's almost been an hour. And sorry for the technical difficulties. And that's my intro, Mark. And then we will make sure you hit the like button for me. And we'll get this all straightened out. And I'll have my producer straighten me out also. So let's, yes, stay on there. Yeah. Okay. Hang on, Mark. Hold on just a second. Appreciate everybody coming in, and we'll talk to y'all later.